So you remember that era, right? That time when everyone was exposing these female, attention-seeking, self-centric women that were going to the gym and calling basically any guy that would lock eyes on their body for like 0.01 seconds a creep.
Do you need something? No. Do you need something? Do you need something?
We had, and we still obviously have those women as a trend, but you know, at some point the internet decided enough was enough and they were starting to get exposed. But I have to say, by far, this has to be the best story of them all.
Yeah, I was in a gym.
I've heard this story. Have you heard this, Stevie?
I think I saw the TikTok.
It's so good. Can you share it with us?
Yeah, so I was doing my exercises like a good gym lad. And yeah, my eyes just, when I'm concentrating especially, they will just fall wherever they want to. So yeah, I was just staring straight ahead.
Oh bro, we just committed a capital sin, are you crazy?
And unfortunately there was a woman doing some exercises. Don't know what she was doing, whether it was like some squats or whatever, where, you know, you might be in a more vulnerable position maybe.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stared at. So yeah, she came over to me, and I didn't know she was talking to me at first, because I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just, you know, doing my thing. And
Yeah.
said something along the lines of, why do you keep staring at me? Stop, like, don't be so creepy. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm blind. Had my cane with me, it was folded up on my lap.
Yeah.
And yeah, she wasn't having any of it. There's a culture, isn't there, around, you know, trying to catch out gym creeps, which, I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough. We don't want any creepy behaviour anywhere.
Even he knows there was this whole trend. And listen, if you actually catch the creeps, I won't have an issue with that. But we know what he's talking about. That whole trend that we had at some point.
How is she not having any of it when you've literally got a cane? Like, if you,
My disguise, mate, so I can stare at women.
I mean, that is, if you're a pervert, right?
Yeah.
You're the most committed pervert in the world.
Yeah, literally. That's wild, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
No, so I think, I don't know, maybe she just didn't clock it. Maybe she was just really angry or uncomfortable at the time and didn't clock it, didn't believe it, wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Thought it was my water bottle, I don't know. Something like that, who knows?
Like a froob.
Yeah.
Did that escalate? Did she-
Yeah, she said she'd go and get the manager. I don't think she ended up getting the manager because it was a really, really young girl, by the sounds of it.
Right.
I don't know, yeah, she just, I think she got backed into a corner a bit by this woman and asked me to leave. I was like, I'm literally blind. And I wasn't as confident.
They asked you to leave?
Yeah, they got me out of there.
No way.
Yeah. They got me. I was in a different place. And yeah, so this young gym worker, you know, just said, sorry, can you leave? We can't have other people being uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No questions asked? Listen, at this point, I'm gonna say something maybe controversial, but just understand that that's just because I gave up on life at some point, and I just gave up on doing something that it's never gonna end up in accountability. But at this point, I don't even blame the women that highlight these cases that say, this guy is being a creep. You know why? Because I treat them like animals at this point, like unconscious animals that just do shit. Because I think it's normal that every single guy is looking at them in a way that has to be creepy or some shit. Even though they pull these fucking tripods and all these light setups in the middle of the gym. Now, I'm not saying that was the case here, but I'll say when you have a big ass clue as to like a big cane on his lap, that. And maybe if you gave him an option to answer, then he would probably realize in time that this motherfucker's blind. And what I'm saying is that, you know, of course, you know, there should be accountability to them, but I just gave up on the simple fact that these women never realize the kind of shit they do. What I really blame is the people that are on the external situation. They're external to this. They get called, you're a manager, obviously it is your responsibility to take care of people and to make them comfortable in your own gym. But you come there and you don't have some sort of like due diligence to assert what the kind of situation you have on your hands. That's what I'm gonna really judge, because you don't have any kind of emotional connection, no emotional compromise to either pick a decision, either side of the decision. So when you come here as the manager, I think it was actually a woman as well, you come into the situation and you don't have any of it. You don't care if the guy is blind, you don't give a shit. You don't even give a chance for him to probably explain, even though he literally said, I told him I was blind. I'm gonna judge you because you're the one who's supposed to be professional and, you know, have at least some sort of cold head reaction to this. Irrational. But fuck me if I'm asking for people to be rational in 2023, I suppose. So what I have to say is that, to every woman who ever been in this situation, no matter how scared or how bothered you might be of past experience, please always have the due diligence to understand that every single situation is a different situation. I mean, it's already bad as is to be fucking blind in this world, and you're gonna tell me this guy has to add the stress of being called a creep because he was born with no vision or he lost vision at some point? What the fuck? What is this guy supposed to do? Look at his dick? I mean, what is supposed to look?